Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some really exciting things to go over. Even more leaks have dropped for the Pokemon Legends EA DLC regarding the Hoenn starters and some of the new Mega Evolutions. We've got some Nintendo updates to go over, some new events that have been announced, so much stuff to break down. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's go over some of the new Pokemon events and announcements. The first one is regarding the TCG. We've got Cerebi tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the next Japanese Pokemon TCG news is to come in a live stream in Japan on the 7th of November 2025 at 10 UTC. So we're going to find out more information about the TCG, probably like the next set or something like that, or the next couple of sets. So very exciting times if you are a fan of the Pokemon TCG. I think they have been leaked, that like there's one about Rayquaza, and I think there's another one about Greninja and stuff like that. Obviously the Mega Evolutions and stuff, but either way, more information about the TCG will be dropping on the 7th of November, so that's next week, I do believe. Next up, we have a new event happening in Pokemon Go, but I believe this is only taking place in Japan. We've got Cerebi tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, a special Pokemon Go event has been announced around the Pokemon Astronomical Observatory exhibit in Kanagawa, Japan from November the 1st through to January the 12th. And then finishing things off with this sort of event announcement portion of the video, we have this update for Pokemon Go. We've got Cerebi tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, a special Pokemon Go event focusing on Mega Lucario is to be held at Best Buy, GameStop, and Target in the US and EB Games in Canada and Australia from November the 7th through to November the 30th. So that's all of the new events and announcements for various different Pokemon games. Let's move on to the DLC leaks. So here we are with some new DLC leaks for Pokemon Legends ZA. We recently covered the stats of the new Mega Evolutions being Heatran, Zeraora, and Darkrai. Obviously there's other Mega Evolutions as well. We don't know more information about those, but we do know a lot about these three. Obviously there's not been any leaked images or anything about these Mega Evolutions. In fact, actually, there has been a leaked image. I think we can't confirm if it's true or not, but there is a leaked image where you battle Jet and she has a Meowstic. Now we do know that Meowstic is getting a Mega Evolution, so that image very well could be true, but it's hard to say, it's hard to confirm it. That's why I'm not really talking about it too much, because it could very well be real, but I can't show it because if it is real, I don't really want to be in that target from Nintendo. But yeah, that's an image that's kind of been floating around. Either way though, let's go back to these. So we have the Mega Stone names, and again, these are subject to change. These very well could change. These are from a very early build from the Terra League. But either way, we have the Darkranite, so that's Darkrai's Mega Stone. We have Heatranite, which is obviously Heatran's Mega Stone, and we have Zeraorite, which is Zeraora's Mega Stone. So that's what's in the code. Could change, probably won't, because it's not really anything massive. If anything was going to change, it'd be like designs and stuff, but there's not really any other way you could kind of go with these names. But either way, that's what the Mega Stones are for the new Mega Evolutions there. We also have some new Pokedex entries to go over as well for these new Mega Evolutions. So a few Dex entries have been found for Mega Zeraora, Mega Heatran, and Mega Darkrai in the Terra League build. These could change, so take it with a grain of salt. So Zeraora's Dex entry, well, Mega Zeraora's Dex entry, because obviously you have a Mega Evolution Pokedex and a regular Pokedex in this game. But yeah, Zeraora's reads, it says it stores up to 10 lightning strikes worth of electricity. When it stops limiting itself, it's in the strongest class of electric Pokemon. We have Heatran, where it said that if it goes all out, it can heat its body to a temperature over 1.8 million Fahrenheit. This heat keeps enemies at bay. I mean, that's keeping everything at bay, but let's be honest. But either way, we've got Darkrai next. Its dark power blocks out the sun, shrouding the surrounding area in darkness. There is no escaping its evil eye. Very interesting. Quite a dark Pokedex entry there for Darkrai, but either way, maybe it's a good thing that Pokemon aren't real. You got one Darkrai blocking out the sun, and you got Heatran popping out 1.8 million Fahrenheit temperatures. It's probably good that they don't exist. Anyway, moving on, we have some more entries as well for the Mega Hoenn Pokemon, being Latias, Latios, Rayquaza, and we also have the Hoenn starters as well. Again, these are all subject to change, but these were taken from the code, saying here are all of the Mega Hoenn Dex entries. They are from the Terra League, so they may change from now and release. So Sceptile's Dex entry says the seeds on its back are filled with energy from Mega Evolution. The Pokemon detonates these seeds to launch the tip of its tail. We have Mega Blaziken that says boiling hot blood runs through its veins, doubling the sharpness of its moves. It subdues opponents in the blink of an eye. And then we have Mega Swampert saying the water within its body further strengthens its already enlarged muscles, using the same principles as a hydraulic pump. And then we have Mega Latias. Latios's dex entries could be swapped between them, but they have been matched using their previous entries. So Latias saying both its flying capabilities and its attack power have increased. It scatters transparent down. To confuse its enemy. And then it says Latios, it flies at speeds exceeding Mach 4. It is among the top tier of all Pokemon in terms of aerial combat capability. And then we have Rayquaza, where it says a shooting star shining in the night sky may, in fact, be Mega Rayquaza flying gracefully after a meteor. So there's nothing in here about Kyogre and Groudon, but those are all of the leaked dex entries for returning Mega Evolutions, a couple of the new Mega Evolutions, and the new Mega Stone names as well. So nothing crazy, but still some more information about these Pokemon from the DLC for Pokemon Legends EA. Moving on, carrying on talking about these Hoenn Mega Evolution starters. How are we going to obtain them in Pokemon Legends EA? We have this post here from Soul Silver Art, kind of talking about the ranked update that we covered in a previous video. That, of course, Greninja is going to be rank Y, a reward, and then Delphox is going to be a rank S reward. Going to be able to use Xerneas Yveltal, yada, yada, yada. Got this post from Soul Silver Art here saying, very interesting. This means all 3 Kalos starters should stay available at least until the end of Season 3. Because it's probably going to be like Greninja, I don't even know, like rank Y still, and then Delphox is going to be like rank X, and then a Chestnut could be like rank S again, I don't really know. But yeah, they're probably all going to be available in the season. So then they go on to say, so they probably won't restart them as rewards right after they all were just available. Because to be fair, like, if you don't get Greninja when it's rank Y, you've only really got yourself to blame. If you don't have internet, like, online and stuff, then obviously that's absolutely fine. But if you do have online and you're just choosing not to get the Greninja right, then you can't really complain, because you literally just have to partake in one battle to get to rank Y. It's so simple, and I'm sure that that's how they're going to do Delphox and Chestnut as well. But yeah, obviously if you don't have online, then that's absolutely fair enough, but if you do, then you can't really not get it. You know, if you want Mega Greninja, it's really not difficult. So yeah, after this kind of like 3 seasons of the Kalos starters, they're probably not going to have them again for at least a bit. And then they go on to say, so which Pokemon will be the next ranked rewards during the DLC after Season 3? So could it be some new DLC Mega Evolutions? Maybe. It could be Heatran, Darkrai, and Zeraora. I feel like that's very unlikely though. If anything, like I say, logically, it's probably going to be the Hoenn starters. Ultimately, I think the most logical choice would be for the Hoenn starters Mega Evolutions to be next up, following the same format of distributing the Kalos starter Mega Evolutions. I personally think it would have been genius for them to have done this with new Mega Evolutions for Serperior, Typhlosion, and Samurott instead, but I have copium that that could happen after the Hoenn starters. So yeah, it makes sense that these are going to be the 3 that are going to be obtainable in ranked, because they want to keep people playing ranked, and if they are locking these Mega Stones behind ranked, it's probably how you're going to get them. They've already done it with the Kalos starters. Very likely they'll do it with the Hoenn starters. I don't think it's going to be any new Mega Evolutions. They could even do it like Rayquaza, Latias, Latios. Again, that's very unlikely. In fact, it actually can't be them, because I think we're actually fighting Rayquaza. I think it's a rogue Mega battle, so obviously that's how we'll get that Mega Stone. Even though it's not a Mega Stone, it's Dragon Ascent, but you know what I mean? Like, that's how we'll obtain sort of Rayquaza's way of Mega Evolving and stuff. Yeah, for the Hoenn starters, very likely going to be a ranked reward. I don't really know when Season 3 is going to finish. Obviously, if Season 2 finishes end of November, then Season 3 is going to finish probably the end of December. And then January, is that going to be when the DLC kind of comes out? Because obviously these Hoenn starter Mega Evolution stones aren't going to be available until the DLC drops. So yeah, it's got to be out before this kind of drops. So if they are going to do these 3 as the next rank rewards, then that means that, and that is going to be after Season 3, then it means that the DLC has to be out by then as well. So maybe it gives us a good idea of when the DLC is going to drop. So it could be around January time, which again is what a lot of people are thinking anyway. But I don't know. Either way, what do you think are going to be the next ranked rewards after the Kalos starters? Hopefully it's the Hoenn starters, but we'll have to wait and see. Well, actually, hopefully you can just obtain them in game, but if not, probably will be these. But yeah, that's just a little update there about what potentially the next ranked rewards could be for Pokemon Legends EA. Finishing things off, we have a big update to go over about this whole Nintendo patent thing in Japan about catching creatures and stuff. It's actually good news that Nintendo have lost this patent, because it was just way too scary if they had kind of like control over a patent this sort of large in regards to catching creatures and catching things and stuff. We've got VGC here posting, Nintendo has been denied a patent in Japan for a Pokemon-like catching mechanic. So the application was seemingly made with Palworld's capture mechanic in mind. So Nintendo has been denied a patent in Japan for a catching mechanic similar to that seen in some Pokemon games. So the application was made in March 2024 and partly describes the act of catching a character in-game in a method that appears to be similar to that in the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee games. Among the patent's description via machine translation, the mechanic causes the computer to, when the capture item hits the field character, make a capture success determination as to whether the capture is successful. So you're throwing something, you're catching something, and then the program is deciding whether it's going to be successful or not, which again happens in a multitude of games. If the computer decides the capture was successful, it will then set the field character hit by the capture item to be owned by the player. The application also describes numerous other situations, including using a similar mechanic to hit characters with items which can restrict the movement of the field character on the field. However, as spotted by GamesFrey, the application has now been rejected by the Japan Patent Office, JPO, after it looked at prior art examples of the invention being used before the application was made, which had been submitted by a third party. So I don't know who that third party is, but kind of heroes in this situation. The notice of refusal published by the JPO says the inventions claimed in the application were invented in Japan or elsewhere before the filing of the application. If it then cites examples of games like Ark, Craftopia, Monster Hunter 4, and Pokemon Go, which have mechanics which could fall under the descriptions in the application, suggesting those ideas already existed. So yeah, what they're saying here really is they can't go forward with a patent because everything that's in the patent already existed before, which obviously it did. It's been around for a very long time. According to GamesFrey, it's plausible that Pocket Pair could have been the third party that provided the prior art to the JPO. Wouldn't be surprising because they're the ones getting sued. So obviously if they can do anything to kind of help their chances, they're going to do that. While the JPO's refusal isn't binding on the ongoing legal battle between Nintendo and Palworld Studio Pocket Pair, especially because Nintendo can still appeal or amend the application, it's noted that judges tend to respect the decisions made by patent examiners who have more training in this field. As such, Pocket Pair could point to this application refusal in an attempt to influence the judge's decision. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company filed a lawsuit against Pocket Pair in Japan last year, alleging that Palworld infringes on 3 patents that are related to monster catching gameplay, including summoning pals by throwing pal spheres and using pals as vehicles like gliders. Last month, Nintendo successfully acquired a US patent on a gameplay mechanic which covers the action of summoning another character and making them battle on the player's behalf. So it's good. It's going in the right direction in stopping. I don't know why Nintendo are doing that. I get they're just trying to protect their assets and stuff, but they are going about it like in a really bad way that is quite troubling and quite scary for the gaming community if it does kind of like have any sort of catching thing going on, which again is a lot of games. And I think that even goes towards like games like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, because you kind of like presenting creatures out of like things that are captured in obviously the cards and stuff. So I don't know, it's a very vague subject, but it's good that they obviously haven't been allowed this. Again, it does say that they can go and amend it and then come back with it, but it doesn't look like it's going to go through, which is really good. But either way, big update there regarding that whole patent situation with Game Freak and Palworld and everything. And that's going to be where we end today's video as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider leaving a like down below. It does really help out. Let's try and hit 500. Really helps out the video, the channel, all that good stuff. Let me know your thoughts by leaving a comment about this whole patent situation. What are your thoughts about this potential next rank updates after Season 3? Do you think it could be the Hoenn starters? And then also, what are your thoughts on all of the new Mega Evolution and Hoenn leaks as well for the starters? But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.